some strange laws that are happening all over the world. Now, some of you guys might not know what laws are, and do not worry, that is okay. A law is just like a rule. It's something that you have to follow. Like, maybe your mom says, go to bed by 8 o'clock. That's a rule, or maybe a law in your family. Alright, so the news on the block is that in Poland, in a country very far from here, Winnie the Pooh is actually illegal. He is banned from all the playgrounds. Very interesting. Now, in Japan, it's illegal to do any dances in the dark after midnight. Not even happy dances. They are banned. In Rome, it is the law that you must walk your dog every single day. And if you don't, you'll have to pay lots of money. So make sure you walk your fluffy dog around the block a few times every day. Now, in Spain, it is illegal to build a sandcastle on the sand. So if you are hoping to go and build a sandcastle in Spain, you are out of luck, my friend. Because it just may cost you 1,500 euros. That is a lot of money. Now, in Alabama, in all the churches, it is illegal to wear a fake mustache. So, I am out of luck there. And in Georgia, my dear friends, it is illegal to have your chicken cross the road. I'm not making this up. It is true. Your chicken cannot cross the road. Now, in Juneau, Alaska, which is a city in Alaska, if you own flamingos, you are not allowed to ever bring those flamingos into a barber shop. So if you were hoping to get your pet flamingo a nice haircut, no sir, illegal. And in South Dakota, it is illegal to fall asleep in a cheese factory. So if you like taking naps where the smell of cheese is fresh and ripe, it is illegal to take naps in a cheese factory. And finally, actually, in the Old Testament, in the Bible, there was this rule that the Pharisees made. And they said that you are not allowed to pick out the fleas from your welcome mat at your front door. If you have fleas in your welcome mat, they are staying there on Sunday. But then you can pick them out any other day. That's fine. Alright, thank you for joining us learning about all of these interesting laws that are popping up around our world. I will see you next time on PCCKIDS News. Okay, I know those rules are super silly, but there are a lot of rules that we have to follow like every day. I know we have to follow speed limits on the road. Well, maybe you don't, because you don't drive yet. But we have to follow rules at school. I know all of you guys are in school now, and there's probably a lot of rules that you have to follow, like raising your hand to talk, and being quiet while the teacher's talking, and doing your homework, and being respectful of your classmates. There's a lot of rules that we have to follow, and they're all really important because, like the rules at school, they help us to learn better, right? Because if you were talking while the teacher was talking, then you would have no idea what you were supposed to be learning, right? Exactly. So, actually, in the Bible, God gave us 10 very important rules. And he didn't give us these rules because he was trying to be a big bummer. No, he was doing it because he loves us. And he's trying to help us be more like him, which is super awesome. He gave us 10 rules called the 10 Commandments. I know some of you guys have heard about these, but maybe you don't remember all 10 of them because it is a lot to remember, but I know you can remember them. So I'm going to remind you all about them today. The first one is, you shall have no other gods before me. That's what God said. No other gods before me. So we're not supposed to worship any other gods because God is the only God. He is the number one. Now the next one is kind of similar. It says we should have no idols. So we're not worshiping other gods or other things. Like maybe we think video games are more important than God. Or maybe we think toys are more important than God. Or maybe we think food is more important than God. Or maybe we think our friends are more important than God. But that is not true. You should have no idols, which means nothing, not one thing comes before God. Because remember, God is number one. So 2, no idols. Now the third one is no taking the Lord's name in vain. That's like when we might get like super frustrated or angry and we say God's name, but we don't say it like we're asking him for help or like we're talking to him or saying that we love him. We use it in vain. We use it wrongly. And that is a rule God tells us not to break. We're not supposed to use God's name in vain. Now the third one, this one's easy to remember because my hands look like a W. And the fourth one is to remember the worship day and keep it holy. Worship, like a W. Ah! And that is on Sunday, or if it needs to be another day for you, that's okay. We need to remember to set aside time for God. And that's why a lot of us come to church, which is really important because God tells us that we're supposed to be with other people that love him. So we set aside a day, like Sunday, to go to church and to worship him and to be with his other people. Now, the fourth one, I know you guys might not like, but it's one of the really important ones. And that is to honor your mother and father. Do you know what that means? It means that you're supposed to obey your mother and father and to treat them with respect. We're supposed to love our parents. And when we love our parents, we listen to what they say. Whether it's asking you to clean your room, or to be nice to your brothers and sisters, or maybe it's to help them with something that they need help with. Honor your mother and father. The next one might seem like something that's really easy to break, but it's actually a little bit tougher than you might think. And that is, do not murder. Now, I know what you're thinking. I'm not going to murder anybody, which is great. Murdering is a terrible thing. But Jesus actually says that we're not supposed to hate people because hating someone in your heart is just like murder. It's really bad. So we can't murder people or hate our brothers or sisters or our friends or anybody. Even if they're mean to you, we're supposed to love them just like God loved everybody. All right, the next one is be faithful to the one that you're married to. That means that you're supposed to love the person that you're married to always and treat them with respect. The next one is do not steal. You can remember that because when you use these fingers, it's like you're stealing something. We don't steal because God tells us not to, and it's going to hurt the person that you steal from. Now, this one is easy to remember because it's do not lie. So you can put your finger over your mouth. Remember, don't use lying words. We're supposed to tell the truth about other people because just like stealing from someone, lying about someone can really hurt them. And we're not supposed to hurt other people. We're supposed to love them, right? Now the last one, I remember I make the letter G with my hand. It's a little tricky. And it's don't be greedy. Now greed is when you see something really cool that maybe one of your friends has. Like if my friend had the newest car and it was so pretty and it drives super fast and I was like, oh, I just really wish I had that car because my car is not as pretty. That would be greedy. It would be not being thankful for what I already have and wanting something that somebody else has. Because you know what? I have a great car. It's awesome. It runs great. But if I was only ever thinking about how my friend's car was so much better than mine, I would forget to be thankful for what I had. So that's why we don't be greedy. Now I know that all of these rules can seem like a lot to follow, but really what they do is they help us love one another, and more importantly, they help us love God. All right, guys, I will see you again next week. I hope you have a fantastic week and maybe even remember some of these rules and try to work on them. I'll see you next time. Bye!